How we doing, guys? Welcome to SucioTalk. Very excited today. A lot of things going on. A lot of things just happened within a short span of this week. But first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you for listening. While you're doing whatever you're doing, working out, driving, taking a shower. That's weird. Don't do that. But you know what I mean. But I ended up in Aspen this past week for the Food and Wine Festival, and let me tell you something. I did not expect to end up there. So let me backtrack a little bit. We did a wedding. Truffle Shuffle Boys came out here. We did 140 people. Plated. Because of COVID, no buffet style. And everything went off great. The weather was awesome. The ceremony was beautiful. So congrats to Brad and Allie on their marriage. The wedding was awesome. Everybody had a great time. And it was cool to be at a ranch wedding with everybody dressed up in cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and the like. It was very nice. So did that. And then I needed a couple days off, so I was like, what am I going to do? Let me go down to Thermopolis and check out these hot springs. So I go down there, Thermopolis, Wyoming, and I don't mean to dog it, but I went there, and this hot spring was basically a hot tub in a parking lot. So I was like, this is not relaxing at all. This water is lukewarm, and I'm not going to have this. So I got back in the car, and I was like, what am I going to do next? I guess I'll go to Denver. 6 hours away. Why not? So I start driving. I call my boy Miles Fisher down there with Peak Beverage. Shout out to you, Miles Fisher. I believe he's the buyer and also trains up all the bartenders and things like that. I think they hired like 40-something new bartenders and train them all, basically. They're hiring with no experience. Have you ever wanted to bartend? If you're in the Denver area, check out Peak Beverage. They'll hook you up. So I met up with Miles Fisher. He's doing a wine tasting when I pull up. So I said, all right, that's fine. I'll taste some wine. I ended up being part of the wine tasting group that picked the wines for the banquet menus and things like that for their events. So it was a cool experience. I liked how they did it. It was basically 6 wines, blind tasting. You pick the ones you like from 1 to 6 in that order, numerical order from best to worst. And then they basically round up all the top best ones, and that goes on the menu. So it's a very cool way of doing it. Everybody's involved, the staff, even your boy Sucio was involved. So thank you for having me, Peak Beverage. So Miles says, hey, I'm going to Aspen Food and Wine to pour cocktails and wine at this event. So I said, all right, I'll see you there. So we go. The next day, I go up to Aspen. And to backtrack a little bit, in Denver, I had dinner at a place. I can't think of the name right now. Hop Alley. Hop Alley is a Asian American restaurant. Very good. It's just like, American Chinese food done really well. The team was great. I had a good time. One with my boy Brian Casey. Shout out to you, Brian Casey. So it was a good time. So I go there, sleep. Next day, Aspen. Go up to Aspen. My boy Miles is hooking up a cool party with, I think, it's called like Estate Wines, I believe. So they hooked that up, and they have wine and cheese and charcuterie. I mean, it's been so long since I've been around just charcuterie and cheese by the mounds, So I was very grateful to be there. The food was delicious. Shout out to Chef Merlin for putting it all together. I'm going to possibly do a podcast with him at some point. Shout out to Chef Brown as well. Chef Brown, that was the squad up there. So they put out lovely, lovely food. And what happens during Aspen Food and Wine is there's the event, which I didn't get a ticket to because I came so last minute and they had limited reservations and tickets due to COVID. So I got there and, just walking around Aspen, you feel the magic. Everybody's having a great time. There's the food and wine brings good vibes over there. Good vibes. So hanging out, drinking wine, going to all these different parties. They got all these, they had a disco party. They had a Magnum party where the ticket was a Magnum bottle of wine. So it was pretty cool. Got to hang out with my people, my restaurant people, who are down to talk about whatever, whenever, no holds barred conversations. Had a great meal at Casa Tua. That one of the homegirls, Debbie, hooked up because she knew the sommelier. He poured us some wine that he liked. I love when that happens with the wine. I'm not a wine guy per se. I don't have that much knowledge when it comes to that stuff. I know what's up, but not like that. I know how to carry myself, I guess, right, in those situations. Know how not to look dumb. I remember the first time I swirled champagne. Carl Alexander was like, "Hey, my brother, you do not swirl champagne. It's got bubbles." So it's like, my bad. I don't mean to embarrass people, but had a good meal there, and stayed at a cool Airbnb there with Miles. He put me up, so thank you, Miles, for putting me up. Next day happens, same thing, chilling, drinking wine. Try to meet up with a few people from the Food and Wine Best Chefs. Fermin Nunez, I've worked with him before at the Charter Oak. We did a potluck together, and he brought those delicious tortillas with him. Tortillas. I can't even talk today. No podcast. Podcast is done. I'm done talking. I'm kidding. These jokes really got to get better. They're kind of dark today. I don't know what's going on. But lots of cool chefs winning this year. The class of 2021 Food and Wine Best Chefs. Horn Barbecue in Oakland, California. That's Chef Matt Horn of Horn Barbecue. Paola Velez of Bakers Against Racism, Washington, D.C. She does some pretty cool shit. I got to check her out when I'm in D.C. Magna Cuisine in Portland, Oregon. That's Carlo Lamagna. Can't wait to try that restaurant. Tessa Dietem at All Day Baby in Los Angeles, California. I got to check that out. Probably at the end of my road trip towards Thanksgiving time. Fermin Nunez of Suerte in Austin. Shout out to you, sir. I know you worked your ass off for this, and you are just an incredible human being with the culture that you set at your restaurant, and just all the words of advice that you had for me when we sat down and had a beer at the Charter Oak after our potluck dinner. Shout out to Angel Barreto, half Puerto Rican, half black, Boricua, baby, in Anjou, Washington, D.C. He's doing some cool shit over there. Check him out. He cooks Korean food. So you got to check out this restaurant. I got to check out this restaurant. That's pretty fucking cool that he won. Did not know that my Puerto Rican brothers were doing Korean food. That's fucking awesome. Ji Hai Kim of Miss Kim in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ann Arbor, Michigan. You don't really think about that place as a food destination. I guess it's not really. It's not really just. It's not up there with New York, L.A. Everybody when they talk about food, that's what they talk about. But maybe it's time to make a trip up there. You know what I mean, Miss Kim? I'm coming to see you. Blake Aguilar and Trey Smith of Saint Germain in New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out to you. They're one of their sous chefs hit me up on Instagram, said say what up to them. Unfortunately, I didn't see them, but I can't wait to make it down to New Orleans and talk to these guys and find out, what the hell they've been doing and how it feels to win this great award. Gabby Maeda of State Bird Provisions, under my boy Stewart out there and his lovely wife at State Bird Provisions in San Francisco, killing it. Shout out to you. And Lucas Sin of Nice Day in New York. So I read it. I read the article, and I liked his because he's on a mission to perfect General Tso's chicken. And as we all know, there ain't no recipe for that. And doesn't anybody know? Nobody knows where it came from. And if you ask Chinese people, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a Chinese-American dish that nobody knows where it originated. So if you're out there, man, who invented it, please show yourself. So those are the chefs from the Food and Wine Best New Chefs 2021. Shout out to all of them. That was very cool. And my next announcement, I am the semi-finalist for the Art of Plating Rising Talent 2021 roster. So thank you very much for that. Shout out and to be included along with all the great chefs and food writers and just food people that were on the roster there on the Art of Plating. Also going to shout them out because you know what it is. Shout outs and ramblings. That's what we do here at Sucio Talk when there ain't no guests. You know what I mean? So we got chefs Alex Edmondson of Calgary, Canada. Anna Castro of New Orleans. Lengua Madre. I like that name, Lengua Madre. Brendan Clemens, chef at Bruce Hotel, Stratford, Canada. Daniel Duran, chef owner of Amiga Amore, Glendale, California. Imran Texera, chef, Oakville, Canada. Jonathan Williams, chef at Park Hyatt, Toronto, Canada. We got Joshua Morin, chef of Park Hyatt, Toronto. Wait a minute now, chef, Park Hyatt, Toronto. Two of them. They must be doing some beautiful things out there. I got to check them out. Ki Chung of chef of Bar Maze, Honolulu, Hawaii. Kurt Evans, chef and activist of Down North Pizza in Philadelphia. Very cool. I got to check him out while I'm out there. Richard Lee, chef of Cezanne. I've been told by a lot of people to have him on the show. I can't wait to meet you, chef. If you're out there, if anybody knows how to get in contact with him, hit me up. Serene Bay, chef owner of Dakar, New Orleans, Louisiana. We got Sol Han. I don't mean to insult your intelligence by saying New Orleans, Louisiana. I know you guys know where New Orleans is. I'm so sorry. Sol Han, chef of Little Mad, New York, New York. William Kreski, chef of Richmond Station in Toronto, Canada. Shout out to Toronto on the map over here. I got to check them out too. Pastry chefs Alexander Motz of Spoon and Stable in Minneapolis. Very cool. Kimberly Conroy of Lazy Bear, executive pastry chef at Lazy Bear. Shout out to you. Very beautiful desserts there. Her work on Instagram is crazy. Paola Velez, pastry chef and founder of Bakers Against Racism, Washington, D.C. Shout out to you. Double time. Can I say it again? Shout out to you. Double time. It's so great when everybody is making it out here. She's on both Best New Chef and Rising Star. I mean, she is killing it out here. Rhonda Saltzman, baker owner of Second Daughter Co., Washington, D.C. And then, I'm not in the chef category, guys. The podcast is what got us here. Okay, so shout out to you guys, the listeners. When you're listening to the show, hashtag suciotalk, hashtag sucio_talk, hashtag suciotalk, hashtag suciotalk podcast, okay? We got Adam Watanabe, content creator in Durham, California. Carolina Gellin, content creator in Heber City, Utah. Chrissy Tracy,